For decades, the prevailing narrative of Asian success in North America has been defined by the high salary. We see the specialized surgeons, the senior software engineers, and the corporate vice presidents. But a salary, no matter how high, is still a trade of time for money. That era is ending. We are now witnessing a fundamental shift, a move from the model minority providing high-level labor to a dominant class owning the critical infrastructure of the global economy. This is not about working for the tech giant. It is about owning the artificial intelligence that powers it. It is not about buying season tickets. It is about buying the franchise. From biotechnology to professional sports and logistics, these men have moved from the payroll to the cap table. We are profiling the 10 richest Asian men in North America who are redefining wealth in the Western world. If you value deep dives into global economic power and heritage, hit that subscribe button now. To understand where we are going, we must look at the architects who built the foundation. At number 10 is Jerry Yang, the pioneer who first showed Silicon Valley what was possible. As the co-founder of Yahoo, Yang was the original architect of the consumer internet, defining how the world navigated the web in the 90s. But his true genius lay in capital allocation rather than just code. His strategic decision to invest $1 billion in a then-unknown Chinese startup called Alibaba remains one of the most lucrative bets in Silicon Valley history, generating billions in value long after Yahoo's dominance faded. Today, through AME Cloud Ventures, Yang has transitioned from CEO to the ultimate mentor. He uses his capital to fund data-driven startups, effectively paving the path for every Asian tech founder who followed. He proved that you do not just have to build the product, you can build the bridge between East and West. Moving to number 9, we find the man who defined the modern workplace, Eric Yuan. When the world shut down, the global economy did not collapse. It moved to Zoom. Yuan's journey is the definition of the shift from labor to ownership. He was denied a United States visa 8 times before finally setting foot on American soil. He spent years as an engineer at WebEx, writing code for a platform he did not own. Recognizing the flaws in the software, he left to build a video engine that actually worked. Critics said the market was saturated by giants like Microsoft and Cisco. Yuan proved them wrong. While the pandemic boom has cooled, Yuan has retained billionaire status by embedding Zoom into the enterprise infrastructure of the Fortune 500. His last name is not just on a building, his software became a verb in the English language. At number 8 sits the oracle of contrarian thinking, Vinod Khosla. Before he became a venture capitalist, he co-founded Sun Microsystems, a company that laid the hardware foundation for the internet age. Khosla was not content with one success. He pivoted to Khosla Ventures, where his investment philosophy is famously aggressive. He does not look for safe bets. He funds black swan technologies. He was the first venture capitalist to write a significant check to OpenAI, years before ChatGPT became a household name. While others chased social media apps, Khosla poured capital into sustainable energy and artificial general intelligence. He understands that true wealth is not generated by following trends, but by funding the ecosystem of the future before anyone else sees it coming. He moved from building servers to funding the mind of the machine. But software requires hardware to run, and that brings us to number 7, David Sun. You may not know his face and you rarely see him in the headlines, but if you are watching this video on a computer or a smartphone, there is a very high probability you are using his technology right now. David Sun is the co-founder of Kingston Technology, the undisputed king of computer memory. While Silicon Valley is famous for cutthroat politics and rapid initial public offerings, Sun took a different path. He and his co-founder John Tu built a multi-billion-dollar empire on the philosophy of the handshake deal, maintaining a private company culture that prioritizes employee loyalty over shareholder quarterly reports. This is not just a nice story, it is a strategic masterclass in retaining control. By keeping Kingston private, Sun dictates the supply chain of the global memory market without answering to Wall Street. He proves that you do not need to be the loudest voice in the room to be the most essential person in the room. His wealth is quiet, liquid, and built on the physical components that make the digital world exist. Moving from the hardware in your device to the security of the cloud, we find number 6, Jay Chaudhry. He is the founder of Zscaler and the guardian of the modern enterprise. Chaudhry's story is one of absolute conviction. He grew up in a village in the Himalayas without electricity, yet he envisioned a future where business would be conducted entirely in the cloud. He pioneered the concept of zero-trust architecture long before cybersecurity became a boardroom buzzword. When the world shifted to remote work, Fortune 500 companies realized that their old castle and moat security models were obsolete. They needed Zscaler. What makes Chaudhry unique on this list is his ownership structure. Unlike many founders who dilute their equity through rounds of funding, Chaudhry and his family retained a massive percentage of the company. When Zscaler's stock surged, he did not just make millions, he made billions. He represents the new reality that the most valuable real estate is no longer physical land, but the secure gateways of the internet. At number 5, we encounter a man who is bridging the gap between biological systems and media influence, Patrick Soon-Shiong. Often cited as the wealthiest doctor in the world, Soon-Shiong did not build his fortune practicing medicine. He built it by reinventing medicine. He invented the cancer drug Abraxane, which revolutionized treatment efficacy, and he sold his drug companies for billions of dollars. But his ambition goes far beyond pharmaceuticals. He is building Nantworks, an ecosystem aimed at digitizing the human body and revolutionizing healthcare data. To secure his influence in the cultural sphere, he purchased the Los Angeles Times, bringing one of the nation's most important newspapers under Asian ownership. He also holds a minority stake in the Los Angeles Lakers, placing him at the center of the city's sports and media landscape. He understands that to change the world, you need to control both the cure and the conversation. Which of these sectors, cybersecurity or biotechnology, do you think holds more power in the next decade? Let us know in the comments below. While the digital realm offers infinite scale, there is undeniable power in owning the physical industrial base of America. This brings us to number 4, Shahid Khan. His story is the archetype of the American dream, but with an industrial twist. Arriving in Illinois with virtually nothing, he washed dishes for $1.20 an hour before transforming a small auto parts shop into Flex & Gate, a global manufacturing juggernaut. If you drive a truck or an SUV in North America, chances are the bumper was made in one of his factories. Khan leveraged this industrial fortune to buy his way into one of the most exclusive clubs on the planet, the National Football League. As the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, he is not just a participant in American culture, he is a gatekeeper of it. He did not stop there. He also purchased Fulham Football Club in London, creating a transatlantic sports empire. Khan's strategy is vertical integration, owning the supply chain in the automotive world, and the franchise in the entertainment world. He proves that the path to dominance often starts on the factory floor. At number 3, we find the ultimate bridge between East Asian capital and Western institutional power, Joseph Tsai. Best known as the co-founder and executive vice chairman of Alibaba, Tsai was the financial architect who turned Jack Ma's vision into a solvent reality. While Ma was the face, Tsai was the structure. Born in Taiwan and educated at Yale, Tsai understands the legal and financial frameworks of the West better than almost anyone. He has deployed his massive capital into the heart of New York City, becoming the owner of the Brooklyn Nets and the Barclays Center. This was not a vanity purchase. It was a strategic acquisition of prime real estate and media rights in the media capital of the world. Beyond sports, his family office, Blue Pool Capital, manages a diversified portfolio that includes vast real estate holdings and technology investments across North America. Tsai is the connector, the man who translates Asian economic growth into Western cultural assets. He shows us that the modern tycoon does not choose a side. He owns the bridge that connects them. Finally, at number 2, we must acknowledge the Superman of asset allocation, Ka-shing. While his base of operations remains in Hong Kong, his influence on the North American physical landscape is so profound that he acts as a silent landlord to millions. For decades, Lee has been the largest individual investor in Canada, reshaping the entire urban development of Vancouver through his company, Concord Pacific. He took the former Expo lands and transformed them into the glass tower skyline that defines the city today. His reach extends into the energy sector through his historical majority ownership of Husky Energy, which was recently merged into Cenovus, giving him a massive stake in the Canadian oil sands. Ka-shing's genius lies in his ability to time the market, buying distressed assets when others are fearful and selling when they are greedy. He treats entire industries like chess pieces. His portfolio in North America is a masterclass in diversification, spanning real estate, energy, and infrastructure. He proves that true dynastic wealth is not about creating a new app, it is about owning the land the app users live on and the energy that powers their lives. And now, we arrive at number 1. This is the man who is not just participating in the global economy, but actively rewriting the operating system of the human species. Jensen Huang. As the founder and chief executive officer of Nvidia, Huang stands at the absolute center of the fourth industrial revolution, an architect of change. Just 24 months ago, he was a respected tech founder known primarily for powering video games. Today, he is the AI god presiding over a company that has joined the exclusive club of entities worth trillions of dollars. His personal net worth has shifted with a velocity rarely seen in financial history, driven by a singular, visionary bet that defied conventional wisdom. Years before ChatGPT or Generative AI became global obsessions, Huang pivoted his entire company away from the safe harbor of consumer graphics and into the unproven, capital-intensive waters of accelerated computing and data centers. He spent billions building the hardware for a future that did not exist yet. When the AI wave finally broke, Nvidia was the only ship capable of sailing it. Huang's leadership style is as iconic as his signature leather jacket. He rejects the typical chief executive officer hierarchy, choosing instead to run a flat organization where he remains deeply involved in engineering decisions. He fostered a culture of intellectual honesty, where failure is admitted quickly so innovation can happen faster. But his true power is not found in the stock charts. It is found in the reality that virtually every other company on this list, from the cloud security of Scala to the biotech labs of Patrick Soon-Shiong, relies on his chips to function. He controls the most critical resource of the 21st century, compute power. In the new gold rush, Jensen Huang does not just own the gold, he owns the mine, the picks, and the shovels. This list tells a story far greater than net worth figures or stock valuations. It charts the definitive evolution of the Asian experience in North America. We have successfully transitioned from the first wave of immigrants seeking stability to a modern generation of titans demanding dominance. Jerry Yang showed the path. Shahid Khan showed the grit. Jensen Huang showed the future. These men have shattered the bamboo ceiling not by asking for a promotion, but by buying the building. They are no longer just the model minority providing high-value labor for Western corporations. They are the owners. They are the architects. They control the servers, the supply chains, the professional sports teams, and the capital flows that keep the Western world moving. Their stories force us to confront a difficult question about our own professional ambitions. Are you striving to be the best employee on the payroll, or are you building the equity that puts you on the cap table? The shift from labor to ownership is the only path to true dynastic wealth. If you found value in this breakdown and want to continue exploring the untold stories of global economic power and heritage, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel right now. Who do you think will be the next name to break into this top 10? Let us know your predictions in the comments below. And if you want to know the richest woman in Asia, watch this video next.